What's up, guys? Apple has sold me a monitor. I paid so much for this. This cost more than my entire setup. See right here. So I'm going to find out for y'all, if out of my pocket, if I actually upgraded my content production, or did I get finessed in 5K? Stay tuned. Hold on. It's like the Transformers. It's Decepticon. They got a whole bunch of like boxes and stuff that don't really matter. Ooh, I know y'all like that sound. Studio Display. Ooh. 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 But even the cable feels premium. Look at this right here. Even look at this part. Now this is nice right here. Nice adjustment right here. You can bring it all the way. Hold on, how far can I bring this close? Right here? Okay, that's a limitation right here. And it goes all the way up here. So that's nice. That's real nice. And it's real thick too. It's not even thin. Pause. This is roughly 24. It's roughly 24 inches. Some change. Roughly at 14. Now, before I get into the actual screen settings, which I know you guys look forward to seeing, just this screen, I'm gonna zoom this in for you guys so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So, they know these screens are very sensitive, right? They have little fingerprints on there you can see right here, right? You'll think you can just wipe it off with just a regular cloth, right? No, you gotta actually buy a specific nano microfiber towel or a cloth that you have to use for this specific screen. You wanna know how much that costs? Over $20 for just one. So just be mindful of that. So one thing I wish they did have, which would be great, instead of this, overcharging people, you can have some nice little handles right here so I can move the screen as needed. It makes it very effective. So I'm gonna turn this around. So you have 4 ports right here. You have 2 C's and 2 Thunderbolts, which guess what? We're not getting any HDMI, you're not getting any display ports or VGAs or a bunch of extra plugins because Apple keeps it simple. And the Thunderbolt, this part matters the most. So this is nice thick premium cable. It's like basically some C ports. I don't know if y'all can see right here. And this is not just any random USB-C cable. USB-C is shaped like, it's the shape of a plug. Thunderbolt is actually about the speed and power behind it. So, this a super juiced up USB Type-C. Now, this is where things get a lot more interesting. So, as you can see, Apple, like I said, prides itself on simplicity and making things very, not as complicated, but high-tech at the same time. Anything that you want to add for convenience, you have to pay extra for. For example, as you can see, here, this is out of frame. So if you want to adjust it for height, bam, it tilts forward, tilt backwards, pretty decent. However, the stand is not included. You have to pay a little extra for that, convenience cost. Setup is pretty simple. You take your Thunderbolt, you plug it into the device. Raise it up a little bit for you guys. Bam, setup, just like that, pretty simple. So I'm gonna go to display settings right here, so you can see it's currently in the extend display, and this is my main option, so you can see my apps and you can see my other functions and stuff like that in folders. So, but also you can see the only similarities they got up top, like the Finder, Apple app, you see the time and all that stuff, but it's an extend. So what I'm gonna do is, if I want to fix anything, I'm gonna go to settings, I'm gonna slide this up, and I'm gonna go to display. You guys can see, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. And you can see, currently I'm gonna zoom in for you guys to show. So currently, it's currently set to built-in. So like you said, it's already on the main display. If I want to switch that orientation, go here, extend, I'll make this the main display. Guess what? The apps, folder shows here. Only thing it doesn't show is just the bottom toggle, but it does do it if I do this right here. Check this out. Bam. Now the regular. Now if I have probably like some type of toggle or something, or some type of wireless mouse or something, I can probably use this functionality right here. So I'm gonna flip this back up. So, and then like I said, I'm gonna go back to here, and I'm gonna go back to extend and back to display. So, as you can see right here. Also, what's also is cool too, it goes to a range. So if you got it on extend, you see it's currently set right here. So if I want to go up and down, I can do that. But if I want to do side by side, check this out. Bam. So now it's going from left to right. Yeah. So the small computer, if you want to go to my Mac, you go to the right side. If you want to go to the big one, you're going to go left, right? You see, left. And also, if you want to do a mirroring effect, right here, go to mirror. Right here, I'm going to zoom out. Now it mimics the same flow as the computer. If I wanted to work through the optimized for, you see how this is more compressed in? Because it's compatible right now for the MacBook. So if I want to change that, I would just change it. Look at that, widescreen. Just like that, pretty simple. Because this goes all the way up to 5K. So if you don't want to speak tech, Red Loose is basically showing how much detail the screen can show. So the more pixels, the sharper everything looks. So if you go to 5K, blind, this is 4K, and then this is regular 1080p. So also next up, I'm gonna go to the brightness. Brightness self-explanatory. So let me go over the color profile real quick. So color profile is pretty much saying this profile changes how the screen handles color depending on what type of work you're doing. So just think of it like camera mode. So if you don't want to use like portrait mode, night mode, or cinematic, you can interchange that. It's kind of the same concept on an actual camera phone. So just open it up right here. So you got P3, which is pretty much the Apple style color and good for modern content. If you want to use the RGB, that's good for photography and print. And these are a lot of great functions that you can use for different types of styles and functionality. Just test it out and see what best works for you. So if you're just doing like regular social media, YouTube, browsing, content work, try using this as standard, XD display, or go to the P3 route. That's just my personal recommendation. But simple comparison, a cheap monitor is like a 24 count crayon box. So these color profiles are giving you a bigger box with more different shades and variations. So we're going to move to the refresh rate. So this pretty much just shows the response rate displays give to refresh rate. So options are 47 to 60 hertz, 60 hertz, and 53 hertz right here. So you just pick whatever best for you. So basically, it's how often the screen updates every second. So in plain English, it just shows how smooth things feel when you scroll. And then I'm going to go to mirror as well. So I'm going to show you guys at the bottom. So you can test the response rate. So the HDR right here, HDR pretty much means that you can do any job showing bright areas and dark areas at the same exact time. So say if you're looking at a bright sky reflection or highlights, shadows, and high contrast footage, HDR helps keep that screen nice and detailed in both aspects. Now I'm gonna play some music. Let's see how the music sounds. I'm gonna play it. Okay. Now I'm gonna go with the music sound. So I'm gonna play one clip on my Mac, and I'm gonna play one on the studio. So I'm gonna go down here. So this is from the Mac Pro on XDR. A lot more bass, a lot more full. So overall, it's not just about having a pretty screen. The functionality of this is absolutely amazing. As far as the sound quality, tenfold over the Mac Pro as it should be. Way more bass, way more of a fuller sound. So you can pretty much hear all the acoustics, the EQs, everything if you're editing your videos or if you're gaming or anything, awesome. If you don't really game or if you're just using this casually, I wouldn't recommend going at this price point. I'll probably go a couple notches down. But if it's something that you really emphasize workflow or unique quality where you get the opportunity to see attention to details, where the small crevices, the coloring, the customization to use the type of content that is customized to you and what you use for what you're doing, this is the ideal platform to use. So I would recommend it if you're on that type of round. But if you're like beginner, not really sure what you want to do, trying to figure things out, I'll probably go down grade with this one. But this is a great option for you guys if you are excelling at your business, or like I said, you want details, and quality. It definitely has that capability and functionality to be beneficial for you in your next project. So comment below what you guys think. Would you guys get this? Would you guys pay $3,000 for this? It's up to you guys to decide. So hit the subscribe button, and I'm out.